Hello, good morning students. I am Karthi sir for mathematics in 10th English medium. We already solved few examples yesterday, today, and two examples also given in homework. That are example 15 and 16. Okay, I just want to revise it first of all, then I will solve the example number 19. Okay, so very fast I just want to revise example number 15 and 16, though you have solved in homework. First of all, equations are given 4x plus 5y plus 8 equal to 0, 2x plus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. Whatever they ask, for which value of p does the pair of equation given below has unique solution? So you know unique solutions condition a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Actually here is non-equality signs. So we will get the answer of a which is not applicable. What should not be a? So what should be a? So many answers will be there. Okay, so we will give your answer in negative. So first of all, just apply that condition. So it will, p by, this is p. Okay, 4x by 8, 2x by 2. So a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. So write down 4 upon 2 is equal to b upon 2. Okay, it is equal, not equal to sign. So 2 can be cancelled. So 4 is not equal to b, means p is not equal to 4. So it may be 3, maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe 1.5, any value, but should not be 4. Okay. So p can be any number except 4. Okay. So p can be any rational numbers or any number except p. That is our answer. Except 4. So except 4, all number can be possible there, so that it give unique solution. Okay, so you understand, that is the new point, that's why I just revised it. Okay, now look at number 16. Number 16, example number. Okay, there is given kx plus 3y is equal to k minus 3. I just written some different way. It is not compulsory that you have to write that way only, but for our convenience, I just written that way so that minus sign I can remove. Okay. Now, what is the condition there? Condition is given have infinitely many solutions. So this same sum is already solved in exercise. So condition will be this. Write down your statement that pair of linear equation should have infinitely many solutions. Therefore, a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2. That is the condition of coincident line or infinitely many solutions. Okay, that you have to remember. Very, very important. All three conditions are there, and most of MCQ are based on this one. Okay, so that is very important. Now write down value k upon 12 is equal to 3 upon k is equal to k minus 3 upon k. After all, one variable is there. So no need to compare or do equation. Only any one comparisons give us directly value of k. Okay, because if one variable is there, one equation or one comparison is needed. Okay, so anyway, I just compare first one. So k upon 12 is equal to 3 upon k. So obviously k square equal to 36. Okay, k square equal to 36. Just cross multiply. So k equal to plus minus 6. Whenever you take square root, at that time there is a two answer. Okay, but here they write somewhat differently. Okay, so I just not want to take minus number, so we just compare second and third. That was not wrong. K minus 3 upon K. There also we get 6 from there, but 0 not possible in previous comparison. Okay. So we do here that way. So that linear equation we get. Okay. At that time no linear quadratic equation we got. So that is not advisable here. So now 3K equal to again K square minus 3. Okay. 3K is equal to K square minus 3K. Now, just everything should be one side. So, K square minus 6K. Okay. That 3K shifted there. So, 0 equal to K taken common. So, K minus 6. Now, you can compare both factors term by term with C. You understand? If two factors are there and product is 0, then any one must be 0. Either first factor 0, otherwise second factor 0. So we got A equal to 0 and here A equal to 6. Okay. So these two are answer. In earlier comparison, this one, actually we were getting A square equal to 36. Actually that is not final because at that time we neglected this ones. And we got here quadratic equation and 0 was not included here. So compare just last two and get this answer. Okay. Now look at number 19. Example number 19. First of all, read it carefully, whatever given. And in previous one, just we saw the example 16, I just give you more explanation regarding this. This was the condition of infinite, and this is for null set. Just try to understand why we compare last two only and not first one. Now, what is the difference? This is for infinite solution and this is no solution. Now, we are asked in example 16 infinite solution. Okay. While my first way to compare first and last was not applicable there. Just understand. No difference between this and this condition here. If you compare that way, then it is applicable to no solution also. Actually, we are asked to find particularly infinite solution. So, we have to compare this and this. Okay. Otherwise, first and third. Either first and third or second and third. But never compare first and second in these types of two conditions. Whenever any one variable is missing. If two are there, you can compare any two. But whenever these conditions are given, either infinite or no solution, never compare first ratio with second. That's why my first trial, by mistake, I compare both these ones. At last I got plus 6 and minus 6 answer. That was not actually right because it is applicable to both ones. We are for particular these ones. So we have to include this condition also. Okay. So that's the reason. Now look at example 9. A boat goes 30 km upstream. By reading only few words, you might remind earlier sums. We already solved in exercise 3.6. Okay, 3.6. Seconds, first sum. Second, first. Ritu can go downstream, upstream. So at that time, what we supposed? Speed of boat in still water and speed of stream of river. Okay. Then we combine both speed, resultant speed we got. So here also same way we have to go ahead. Okay. First of all, understand. Boat goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours. Okay. It can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream in how many hours? 13 hours. Sorry, first one in 10 hours and second one in 13 hours. So here you notice case is same only, just like exercise, but in exercise only time of downstream given and time of coming back given. These times are given. Here what is difference? First trip time given, go and come, their total time is given, and second trip time also given. So that is the difference between that first term of exercise 3.6. Exercise 3.6. Question seconds first. There was only individual time given of going and coming, downstream, upstream. Here, first whole trip time given, going and coming one time, and going plus coming second. So that way it is different. Otherwise, initial steps remain same. Okay. So first of all, understand. So we proceeds according to that sum only at starting level. So suppose speed of boat in still water. Why? Because its own speed means what? In still water. Own speed of water. Okay. So speed of boat in still water is x kilometer per hour. With unit you have to write. Okay. Speed of boat in x kilometer per hour. Same way, and speed of stream of river. Speed of stream of river. You wish stream of river means what? Water is y kilometer per hour. But whenever boat swim in river, no individual speed used, resultant speed used. So write down resultant speed for downstream. Whenever you are going downstream, I written in short only, is equal to is x plus y. Why? Because at that time water helps boat to move. Okay, and resultant speed for upstream. Upstream means you know in the direction opposite to water. So at that time it will becomes x minus 1, and always x will be greater than y. Otherwise boat cannot swim, but it drawn. Okay, so these steps are same. Now write down first statement and accordingly form equation. Okay, and here also we have to use that formula of science, whichever time equal to distance upon speed. Time equal to distance upon speed. First of all, that statement, boat travels according to our way, we are writing that statement. Boat travel 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours. Okay, so means 2 times total is given 10 in upstream and downstream, means go and again come. Okay, so first of all, what is the formula? Time equal to distance upon speed. Okay, now time required to go 30 km upstream, so distance is given 30, and upstream speed we are already having x minus y. But this individual time is not given, total time is given. Okay, plus 44 km downstream. So again distance upon speed, but downstream speed is x plus y. Total time, first time plus second time, total time is 10 hours. No individual use of x and y, because no boat alone swimming, but boat swimming with water, otherwise against water. Okay, so that is our first equation. So now we got here different equation than that question number 2 first equation, first sum. Okay, there we got directly simple equation, that is not simple. Now same way, next, so second statement given in 13 hours, it can go 40 km upstream. So boat travels 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream in 30 hours. Okay, so same way, just instead of 30, here is 40 given. This remains same only because upstream. Now, instead of 44, 55 is given and downstream is equal to 30. No need to write it again. If you want, you can write it. Okay, so equation number 1 and equation number 2. So we got that types of both equations. Now, how to solve? You know, in exercise 3.6, we solve many sums which are not basically linear equation, but they can be reduced or can be converted into linear equations. So here also we can convert it. How? By supposing A and B, P and Q, whatever you want. Okay. So I suppose first 1 upon x minus y A and 1 upon x plus y B. Otherwise anyway. Okay. So now I just remove these steps. Just understand. These are common only. When in these types of sum, always suppose speed of boat in still water and of water in stream. Then resultant in downstream plus in upstream difference. Now according to their statement, using this formula, time equal to distance upon speed, write down equation. Okay, so two equations we got. Now we have to suppose A and B means two new variables, so that this equation will be converted into pair of linear equation. Now they are not linear equations. Okay, so suppose first one, 1 upon x minus y equal to A and 1 upon x plus y equal to B. Okay, now can I write first equation? 30A plus 44B equal to 10 and 40A plus 55B equal to 30. Let it give number 3 and 4. Equation number 3 and 4. No problem. New equations are there. Okay. So now I just remove it. Now how to solve this? I have written here vertical. So you understand, I am planning to solve by substitution method. If you want, you can solve it by elimination. Sorry, I am planning to solve by elimination method. If you want, you can solve by substitution. Okay. First of all, look here. Here is 30, here is 40. Here 44, here 55. You have to make equal either coefficient of A, otherwise coefficient of B. So it is simple because LCM of 30 and 40 is 120. We are planning to get LCM of both numbers are there. Not multiply first one by 14, second one by 30, because it becomes so big numbers. Okay, so I just multiply first by 4, second by 5. I want to get at both places LCM. Okay, LCM of 30 and 40 is 120. LCM is nothing but a least common multiple, that number which can be obtained from both numbers. Okay, so now 3 4s are 12, 128 plus now 44 into 4, 4 4s are 16. Again 4 4s are 16, 17. So 176B. 10 4s are 40. Okay, now 4 3s are 12, 8. 55 into 3, so 5 3s are 15, 5 3s are 15 plus 1 16b, 30 3s are 39. Okay. So I just multiply both equations by appropriate number so that I can get here equal number and preferably LCM of both numbers. Now, no opposite sign, so make subtraction here. Okay. So 128 cancel out. 176 minus 165. So it is 6 minus 5 1, 7 minus 6 1. So it is 11b. Equal to 40 minus 31. 1. b equal to 1 by 11. One variable we got, but it is not answer. Okay. Now either use first or second. I am using first one. So not first, second, but third one. So using 3. Equation number 3. Okay. Now 38 plus 44b equal to 10. Now instead of b, write down 1 upon 8. Okay. You can use fourth number also, anyone. So 38 plus 4, because 11 4s are 44, 4 1s are 4, equal to 10. So 38 equal to 10 minus 4, 6. So a equal to 6 upon 30. So a equal to 1 upon 5. So we got a and b both. But a and b are not main variable. They are supposed later on to convert equation into linear ones. Basically, supposed variables are x and y. So we have to again remove a by its real expression and b also by its real expression. Okay. So I just write in both ones here. Whatever a 1 by 5, b 1 by 11. Okay. Now instead of a, write down whatever given then. 1 upon x minus y equal to 1 by 5. 1 upon x plus y equal to 1 upon 11. Now make inverse of both, otherwise cross multiply. So x minus y equal to 5, x plus y equal to 11. If I want to give number, then I have to give number 5 and 6. Okay, don't confuse by numbers because new number we have 12. Okay, so two new equations we get because we want to remove a and b. So now very easily they can be solved. X minus y 5, x plus y 11. Y may cancel out, 2x equal to 16, x equal to 8. That is our final variable. Now either use 5 or 6. I using number 6. So using equation 6. X plus y, 8 plus y, 11. Y equal to 11 minus 8, 3. So these are our final. So you have to suppose now, no, you have to give answer now that speed of boat in still water is 8 km per hour. With unit you have to give answer. And speed of stream of river is 3 km per hour. Okay, so this sum is quite long because we got equation. Okay, then solution also again because equation was not linear, so we converted linear, got a and b, and after getting a and b we try to find x and y by again elimination. Okay, so now you have to give your answer. Therefore speed of boat in still water is how much? 8 km per hour. Don't mix up that, don't interchange. And speed of stream of river, is how much? 3 km per hour. Okay, so these are our answers. So again, carefully read question. Then according to our supposition, there are 4 lining supposition, only boat, only river, means stream. Then combine resultant speed, board plus reverse speed and board's minus reverse speed. Then use that science formula, time equal to distance upon speed, and accordingly get equation 1 and 2. I just rub them. Okay. After getting that equation, if they are not linear, just try to make it linear by including, supposing, new two variables. Okay. And then solve. Whenever you get A and B, after getting A and B, you just get X and Y by elimination method again. Okay. So now I think remaining all examples are very simple. So we don't go through that examples only. Out of this 11, 13, 15, 16, 19, if anyone is not included in worksheet, then you have to write in pen. Okay, understand? Now, I think except graph and cross multiplication method, we have already solved all sums and gone through new example also. Okay. Now only objective questions left. So our next lecture will be regarding objective questions. Okay. So far, if you get worksheet in soft copy, then get it printed and obtain hard copy. Okay. So whenever its turn will come at that time, you should have print of that worksheet also, so that you can understand faster. Okay. Today, I just give you one sum only for homework. Only starting type of sum. Okay. Simple only. Solve by both method. Both method you know. So far we studied substitution and elimination. Okay. So given only one sum, but you have to solve it by both methods, substitution as well as by elimination. No graphical, no cross multiplication. Okay. So only this sum you have to solve today. And from tomorrow we will solve objective questions from worksheet.